What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm here to bring you guys some more news regarding the Hcmc versus Philip Morris case. Lots of back and forth, lots of speculation. People were looking forward to Friday that we would get great news regarding Hcmc, but that did not turn out to be the case. So we saw a huge sell-off on Friday, and the price of Hcmc just took a huge hit. So I want to talk about what happened exactly. So Philip Morris on Friday decided to file a motion to dismiss. So to be exact, if you can see here, a failure to state a claim for which relief can be granted. So there are a variety of requirements with which a plaintiff must comply when filing a complaint, including a valid cause of action. A motion to dismiss may be granted if the plaintiff's complaint fails to adequately allege all of the elements of a claim, or if the complaint fails to allege a measurable injury. So I want to move on. I found a pretty good solid post on Reddit that someone summarized pretty well, but I will go back and forth on my views comparing it to their views. So for evidence, they first said that PM has not provided a counterclaim against Hcmc. That does not always have to be the case. I want to make that clear. Just because someone doesn't file a counterclaim doesn't mean that they don't think that their technology is different and it has nothing to do with Hcmc. So that doesn't necessarily mean that Philip Morris does not think that, in their own view, that their product is different from Hcmc. So surely, if you thought a violation was made against a product made by PM, you would argue that they created it and patented it first. Not true always. It depends case by case. I don't necessarily agree with the first point. Bullet 2. If PM believes that Hcmc has a completely different product or patent, why wasn't this case rolled out months ago? You would be inclined to think that the judge would just have said there's no evidence of infringement on behalf of PM. Sure, that makes sense, but PM has lots of money. They can take this to trial if they want to. I don't think they're too concerned as of right now. And they played it smart. Filing that motion to dismiss buys them time. And this thing can go on for another 30 to 45 days while we wait to see what Hcmc does and says and reacts. Third, the big law firms use the dismissal tactic to try and extend the process, buying the defendant more time to come to a reasonable conclusion on the next steps moving forward. That's very true. Time now is in Philip Morris's end. They have more time, and they have another month to 45 days to really think over what they want to do. And fourth, if there was no case and PM didn't infringe, why would you hire top lawyers and spend money on something you have no relationship to? That can go either way too. Lots of companies just have top lawyers. And I know we talked about the last minute hires that they had made with their lawyers, but lots of companies have top lawyers just sitting around, and they have them throughout anything, whether they have cases or no cases. So that fourth one can go back and forth as well. And next, I wanted to discuss Hcmc's earning report. So we're expecting an earning report to come out the March 3rd, this Wednesday. And this is based off of prior year's report dates. So let's say things do look positive for Hcmc during the earnings. I'm doubtful it will, just because 2020 was a really tough year for lots of companies. And I don't think they're going to be in the green and have much revenue to show for, and that can drive the price of this back down even more. But for that, we'll have to wait and see if earnings are dropped on Wednesday, or will it just be pushed off. The price right now is 0.0018. Am I still invested in Hcmc? The answer is yes. I told you guys from the beginning, I am in this thing for the long run. I have faith in the company. Now, if you're in this stock and you're down a lot of money and you are freaking out, you made a poor investment. You put money in, you couldn't lose. You are not a fundamental investor. I always play with money I can lose. So if I lose what I put in Hcmc, that's fine with me. So always be cautious with how much you're putting into the stocks. Just because a YouTuber says, hey, this stock is going to take off, does not mean you should put tens of thousands of dollars in a stock with money you need for rent or for food. Keep that in mind. So we'll see what happens. The judge can dismiss this or take it to trial. Who knows? But the reality of the judge dismissing this is not too likely. I think it can go to trial, and that's okay with me. I'll hold. And with the price dropping the way it did, no one should be shocked, because most people who are in penny stocks are in and out. No one holds penny stocks long term the way you would for a stock that has much better value, a company who has actual revenue. So don't freak out if you see this price of Hcmc dropping even more, especially if this thing goes until the end of the year. If it drops more, I'll keep buying again, because that shows my confidence in this company. And do not freak out again if you're in it long term and you see the price fluctuate the way it does. This is my take on what I think is going to happen and what my game plan is with Hcmc. I'm in it long term. I think it can go to the end of the year, maybe next year. Or it can be done in 3 to 6 months. Who knows? Right now, everyone is speculating on what's going to happen. But in the end, no one knows until the date comes up. So sit tight. Hang on to your shares if you have shares. Don't panic sell. And just stay tuned for more news. And that's all I can tell you guys. And that's my game plan as well. And I'll be sure to drop you guys with the best news as soon as possible when I do see things come out. So if you're new to my channel, I'd appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate if you guys smash the like button for me. And let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are selling, buying more, if you're freaking out, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.